Machines are loaded up, we're ready to go. There's a lot. We have a problem. We're not gonna get all of our blues done. Let's go spray some curbs. Woo! Is this thing even working? What's up, everybody? My name is Cam Roberts. I am the host of the Stripe It Like It's Hot podcast, and as of this moment, also the host of the first episode of the show that you're watching. We literally don't have a name for it yet. We're calling it the Stripe It Show, or the Laser Show, or the Laser Vlog. It's a work in progress. But in any event, the purpose of this show, it's a vlog on YouTube to take you under the hood of our company, Laser Line Painting, right? That's the company. I'm super excited. I think it's going to be an awesome way to show people a little bit more about what we do. Maybe you're already in the pavement marking industry and you're a line striper yourself. This will be kind of a cool way for you to see what we do here where we are in beautiful Canada, and hopefully give you guys some educational content. If you've ever seen the Dirt Monkey YouTube channel with Stan Genetic, that's who we're coming for. I mean, we're going to add our own little flair to it and add our flavor, but Stan Genetic, we're coming for you. So I think I'd be a little remiss if I at least didn't give like a quick 2-3 minute overview, a little bit about who I am, who the company is, why we're doing this. So 2-3 minutes. Let's do 3 minutes. We'll start the timer. Boom. So my name is Cam Roberts. I started this company, Laser Line Painting, in 2018 because I was bored. I had a bad work injury in 2018. I chopped the tip of my thumb off, and my 2 fingers on my left hand were kind of dangling. This is what it looked like, by the way. So I was off work from the table saw injury, and I was kind of itching for something to do. You know, I don't do well sitting around, and I've always had the idea of starting a pavement marking company. The town I was living in at the time was a small town. There was only one contractor who did line painting. So I didn't know anything about it. I didn't really know how it worked or much of anything, but I knew that there was a good business opportunity and it seemed like a cool thing to do. So in 2018, I went for it. It was humble beginnings in the first year. I basically had a day job, and I would go out line painting in the evenings and on the weekends, just picking up odd jobs here and there. I made little business cards and business flyers, and on my way home from my day job, I would go drop them off to people and try and drum up some work that way. First year was kind of funny. I would literally show up to jobs in a little 6-foot barn door trailer that could barely fit a painting machine, and I would tow it behind our Dodge Caravan because I have a wife and 2 kids, and that's what we drove. Pretty much looked like a rock star every time I'd show up to jobs in my minivan, but it worked great. First year, paid off all the equipment, paid for the trailer, made some money. Life was good. 2019, I decided to really go for it. I quit my day job in March of that year. We have a super long winter up here in Canada. We basically have snow from November till basically the end of March. So it's a short striping season for us. So decided to quit my job, and in 2019 went full-time with the company, just myself, and did pretty good. Made enough money to just pick up some odd jobs in the winter to make ends meet. But I was really happy with the way the business was kind of progressing. So that takes us to 2020, and that's when things really started to pick up in laser. We actually moved, and I relocated the business and our family. We moved down south we're basically smack dab in the middle of the province of British Columbia. So British Columbia is the westernmost province directly above Washington State. We're pretty far from Vancouver. We're like 7-8 hours from Vancouver, but we're in a beautiful part of the province. I absolutely love it here. So 2020, it got busy, and I started adding some employees and started to grow and scale the business a little bit, which takes us to 2021, which is this year, and it's basically been full mental nuclear. The business has grown tremendously. We're now a team of 7 people within the company, which is just crazy, and we're just loving it. So I thought it'd be so cool if we made a little a vlog to take you guys under the hood, show you what it's like within our company, show you some cool things in the industry, hopefully make you laugh along the way, hopefully teach you something along the way. And Dirt Monkey, we're coming for you, so watch out. Let's get right into it. Episode 1. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Where is he? We've got friends. We've got friends. Spider-Man. Oh man, there's a lot of stalls downtown Dawson Creek here. Well, Trevin's doing those. He's killing them. And Zach and I are on curbs. Cody's doing handicap blue markings, and we're actually making good time on this. It's a good little project. Great success? Sure. It's kind of weird. Like, we're based in Prince George, British Columbia. It's like right smack dab in the middle of the province, which is actually a great location to have a business, in my opinion, because it's central. You can go northeast, southwest, and there's a lot of little towns around us that we can service with our painting. But most of the time we do stick fairly close to home. First night in the books. Oh, it's not quite morning yet, but I mean, we drove here at 2 p.m. and it's 2:30 in the morning now, so a pretty good grunt with the travel time. We got a really good start on it. It's looking good. We'll pick up some contracts back a few hours north in a small town where I started the business, and then we'll get the odd ones that are even farther. We don't mind traveling if we have to, but usually if we travel, it's for very short projects, like usually a one-day thing. We don't usually stay at a project for a very long time, at least not up until this point. How do you know what gas tastes like? I don't like to tell that story. Okay, sounds good. Just fuel up safely. I'll tell you what though, if we ever do work out of town, I mean, when we work out of town, we usually make day trips, right? We don't usually do multi-day projects. We try not to. None of us really enjoy it. But if we do on a trip like this, pro tech tip, always get a hotel with a hot tub. That's what's motivating me right now at 2:30 in the morning. I'm gonna be in a hot tub tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep till around 9 or 10 and hop up in the old hot tub. You know what absolutely stinks? The hot tub was closed because of COVID. So that whole thing was, yeah, it didn't happen. So this whole project in Dawson Creek was kind of cool because it's a municipal contract that goes out to public bid every year. And I don't know the circumstances of this particular contract. I know that there was a company who had it, but for some reason didn't show up this year. So it kind of fell into our laps. Like we hadn't engaged with the city about working for them, at least not this year. But they came to us and said, basically, you know, we're in a bind. Is there any way you can help us? So we did. We saddled up for the four of us and put a big effort into it. Usually we would only send 2 guys to a project, or sometimes if it's out of town we might send 3, but 4 of us went, myself included, to paint the town. So basically the contract was broken up. Half of it was their road work, which is like the center line work, your passing lanes, that sort of thing, which we didn't do on this trip. And then the other half was the parking lots, some curbing downtown, there's some parking stalls downtown. So basically just a bunch of things that they need done every year, and we were the guys to do it. So it's kind of a fun job. I'm on blue duty tonight. Cody was on blue last night, and I took over for him. But we have a problem. We're not going to get all of our blues done on this project because we simply do not have enough blue paint. Here's why. Yeah, this was a bit of a bummer and an oversight on my part. Like when you calculate your paint estimates, just as a little knowledge thing for you guys here, like if you're just doing 4-inch paint lines, you can get usually 350 feet of paint to a 4-inch paint line per gallon. So if you were to correlate that to square footage, it's basically 120 square feet that you can get from 1 gallon of paint. So that means that a 5-gallon pail should net you around 600 square feet of paint. If you were painting a giant 600 square foot block, you could do it on 1 pail of paint. Most of the handicap squares up here, and I'm sure in most parts of the world, are not that big. They're only like 4 feet by 4 feet, which is 16 square feet. So we didn't bank on, estimating our blue paint on squares bigger than that. But it turns out these municipal squares were quite large. We measured some of them that were they were kind of all over the place, but some of them were closer to like 50, 60 square feet. They were pretty big. One was even bigger than that. I think it was like 80 square feet. So because they were so much bigger than what we had, when what we're used to seeing, we simply didn't bring enough blue paint up there, which has kind of burned us a couple times this year, and most of them are from my fault, just not anticipating enough of a specific color, or in this case blue. And up in Dawson Creek where we're working, there's really no paint store that had the correct dye to paint or to dye our white paint and to make it into a blue. Usually our paint store back in Prince George, they'll do that no problem. We'll just bring a pail of white Sherwin paint to the Sherwin-Williams store, and they'll just open up the lid, add some blue dye, mix it up, and there you go, you've got handicap blue. So up here we couldn't do it, bit of a bummer.
Woo-wee! We're rolling! We're rolling! Woo!
This was a lot of fun to go out with the boys. I don't go out as much anymore with them now. I'm spend most of the time in the office selling the work and running the company on the day-to-day stuff. But it was really nice to go out with them on this project. When the sun goes down and the streets get quiet, it's nice. It's just you and the crew, you know, the four of us. We had a lot of fun downtown. And it's relaxing, you know, like even just this clip of me just sitting on front of a machine and getting driven around by Zach on the driver. It's nice being out with the guys. We had a good time on this trip. The weather was fantastic, which helped tremendously outside of a little bit of wind. You know, I do miss when I started the company, it was just me going out, right? And sometimes me and a helper. I do miss that sometimes. It is always fun to go out and paint. So it was nice to go out with the boys on this trip.
Day 3 of Dawson Creek went from nice and relaxed to all of a sudden mad panic because we have this ginormous soccer field parking area to do, but we just found out there's an event here in like 3 hours. So the boys are out hustling as fast as they can with 3 machines, trying to get stuff done quickly before the parking lot gets totally full. But at least the paint's drying fast today, so cars can come in pretty quick and we'll get her done.
Yeah, man, this was super weird. We showed up to start painting that soccer field athletic parking lot, and there was like signs everywhere that there was a rodeo going down, and we're like, oh no, this was our last day there. We had to do it that day. Man, our guys, they just went to town. They started like hauling butt to get that stuff painted. It was pretty awesome to see.
There's definitely some odd details on this one, like this skinny little, I don't know, scooter parking, but we just do what we're told.
All right, you guys, that's it for episode 1. I hope you found it enjoyable. Hope you found something of value in it. I'm excited about it. It's going to be cool to give you guys a glimpse into our company and what we're doing here at Laser. It's almost end of the season, so we're going to be transitioning into the snow removal pretty soon. We get snow usually at the end of October, early November, but we still have some painting left, and even over the course of the winter, we'll still talk about painting. We'll put some stuff in there for getting you set up for next year. I'm super excited about it. I love painting. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, drop a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, or any feedback, anything you'd like to see on the show. Yeah, we don't have a set schedule for it. We're just going to see where it goes, but hopefully you like it, you guys. Peace.